Okay. So I just want to come on here and do a quick live, see if this is working here. Yeah, it looks like it is. So guys, I'm really excited. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., we've been doing these webinars for Automation Domination. And for tomorrow, what we're going to go over is I'm going to open up my form stack. I'm going to open up the integration software that I'm using to be able to map things over to so it'll automatically be entered through API technology into my server software. I'm going to show you guys how I do that so that you don't have to pay Server Manager to do it, but you also don't have to don't have to bang your head against the wall doing data entry every single day, job after job. And the Server Manager says they did some surveys and it was like 25 minutes per job. It was the average that people saved by using their software. I would go as far as saying 45 minutes a job. I'm adding an additional 20 minutes because I'm not having to collect payment. I'm not having to answer phones. I'm not having to do collections after the fact when people don't pay their bill, because I've added in also my lead generation and customer retention setup that I've put together using ClickFunnels. So guys, this full automation domination thing for $999, I set it all up for you. Like, you just go, Mike, set it up. And I set it all up for you. And I got to tell you, like, I've built websites. I have a Leading Legal is one of my companies that I kind of dabbled in for a little bit because I learned so much about social media marketing. I thought, I'm going to do it. Social media marketing company working for attorneys, and I had a few attorneys that I built websites for. And I got to tell you, most of the people who were charging to build websites were charging like $3,000, $3,000 to $5,000. And the cool thing about this automation is it includes a website. You might already have a website, but what I build is called a funnel. Okay, you build a funnel because you want to capture the leads to be able to drive the sales directly, to drive the leads, because. And I'm not going to, I go over this in my webinars, but the main thing I wanted to touch on here is I'm going to be going over one of the pain points. So there's a few pain points I'll just mention, then I'll close. The first one is bounce rate. One of the main pain points in any industry is that customers are coming to your website and they're leaving. They're not seeing what they want. They're not wanting to call you, and they're just leaving. Okay, that's one pain point. Maybe you get 4,000 visitors come to your website, you'd be lucky to get 200 of them to actually call you or to click to email you based on the information they find on your contact form, or even if you have the information right there on your website. So those are terrible numbers. You should be getting about half of them if you have a value offer, and I teach that in the first webinar. And then I teach it also in my Marketing Fundamentals course that I have. So that's the first principle. The second principle is accounting. So the accounting thing, and this is a big problem in our industry with people paying their bills. And part of the problem is the court filings and the people advancing fees. And then I don't know, it's very complicated. I don't know why people get so far behind and they're not able to just pay their bill, but there's a couple things. So that's the second one, securing payment upfront and it not having to be a big challenge. Honestly, it shouldn't be that big of a challenge. You can send people a link, they fill it out, and through the API stuff that I have set up, it'll automatically be entered into whatever your credit card management platform is. Almost all of them now have API integration, so there's no reason why you can't have that set up. So that's the second one. The third one is data collection. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow at 2 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. And data entry, getting a job and having to enter it, nightmare. It adds up. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. The fourth thing is managing the actual serve. One of the biggest pain points in our industry, they did a survey of paralegals, and one of the main thing is people would go out and serve it, but they wouldn't return the proof of service. Like, it would take them weeks and weeks to return the proof of service. You need a software that can automate that for you. So we're going to be doing that one on the 30th. Yep, the next one. So not tomorrow, but the next week, we're going to be going over serve management, how to manage your serve and to get the proof of service or the declaration of diligence back to the customer in a timely manner. And then the fifth one Okay, the fifth one is probably key, and it's one of the most forgotten things in our industry, and that is customer retention. So if you've done everything properly, the customer came in. This is where the funnel principle comes in. The customer came in the front end, right? They purchased your product online while you were sleeping in bed. I'm getting ready to go to bed, maybe watch some television. I don't eat sugar, so I can't have ice cream, but I'm gonna go in there and hang out, and I'm gonna get a little ding on my phone, ding, from my Stripe account that says you got a new job. The cool thing is not only did I get a new job, but ClickFunnels said, hey, do you also want us to file the proof of service for you? ClickFunnels did that for me. It did an upsell for me while I was sitting on the couch, right? That's how it works. And then the information was saved in my payment processor. So if I need to go in and charge them more money, I can, for whatever court fees or whatever. Data collection will automatically be taken from the website. They did the data entry, and it automatically got sent to my website in my software. Some people have their customers go in and enter it directly in their software, which we have some of those contract clients that do that too. But we don't want everybody and their mother having a password to log into our Serve Manager account and see what's going on. And, we just want people to be able to hit the website, purchase from us, send us the information that we need, send us the documents that we need, and we're off and running. So then Nancy or my wife, they'll print out the documents along with the field sheet and put it in one of the corresponding buckets, depending on who the server is and what the area is. And then the next part is managing the serve. So automatically we have it set up where it'll create a calendar event a week from the date that it was automatically entered. So whatever the due date was that they put, a week before that is when it's set to remind us that it's due in 1 week. And so that's like our fail safe. If everything else fails and the serve doesn't work, so nobody catches it or whatever, it's going to let us know, hey, you got a serve that you missed. So you got to have a fail safe when you do automation. And I teach you how to do that. I'll do it, and I can do it for you. So, and then obviously the last one is you did the proof that you manage the serve. Hopefully you got the serve done right away and you get it sent back right away and you manage it. And then the last one is customer retention. It's one of my favorite things too, because it's where the creativity of the individual customer starts to come out. You take the whole idea of automation and you turn it on its head. So one example is a newsletter. So many people will do, people that have done it right, because you don't want to be spammy. You don't want to be, hey, look at me, salesy. You want to be like a newsletter. And what you can do is have topics that you know are going to be interesting to your potential customer. So if you have collection clients, maybe you subscribe to some collection magazines, collection RSS feeds online, so that you can get that information sent to you directly, and maybe you get it before they do, and then you post that in your newsletter. And so maybe they get this once a month, and the other thing that you do on a more practical scale is just have a survey that gets sent to them that says, how did we do? Because the most important thing is when somebody uses your service, is that you follow up with some type of how did we do? Because if you did mediocre, you want to know how you can get a wow out of every single customer. And if you're not getting a wow out of every single customer, you got to look at your process and see what's broken in there. And we've struggled with that before, and we constantly are looking at different things to improve upon our process. But those 5 items are key and essential if you're automating your business. If you're not automating your business, then you're not going to dominate your market. You just can't, unless you're spending a ton of money on employees to be able to do the data entry, to do the collections, to do the marketing, making the phone calls, to answer the phone as people are calling it on the website, and not and not just purchasing on your website. They're calling you. So this is the whole idea when it comes to the automation. I hope you guys get that. And I got it. I got the bug, and I geek out on it. And so tomorrow at 2 p.m., check it out, takebackyourtime.net. and share this video. I posted on PSD University, so there's not a lot of engagement yet, but I'm going to share it on all the groups, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you guys get your automation set up in your firm so you can start saving time and money. Stay safe out there.